Welcome back to the News Hub. I'm Michael Casey. It seems that among the concerns voiced most often by Facebook users is, of course, privacy and the privacy setting on the website itself. There are many privacy options for users, but the trick is knowing how to use them. Carnegie Mellon University Associate Professor Laurie Faith Cranor joins us this morning. Good morning, Laurie. Tell us a little bit about what we can do to look after ourselves.
Great. Well, it's really important when people post on Facebook for them to be aware of who's going to see what they post. And so it's really important to make sure you check your privacy settings to make sure that only your friends can see what you've posted.
Right, and now you actually have a report as part of our big data supplement report today in the paper, and it's a really useful guide. In fact, I might point out it's on page R5 of the paper. Just run through some of the more important ones for us, if you don't mind. I mean, you talk about turning on secure browsing. That seems like an obvious one, but I don't know how many people necessarily do that.
Right. A lot of people are unaware of that normally when you send messages to Facebook, anybody who's eavesdropping on the connection could read them. But you can turn on secure browsing to prevent that. You can also change your settings so that your applications are not going to spam all your friends every time you play a game or something.
You know, one that jumped out at me, you've got click here to configure who can see your future posts and see where you've been tagged. That tagging function, it does seem like an insidious problem where you're not actually tagging it yourself, but by other people tagging you, you pop up on somebody's stream. Is that correct, or is there a way to protect yourself against that?
Right, yeah, so you can adjust your settings so that if somebody else tags you in their photo, that you get notified, and so you have the opportunity to block that.
You can just untag yourself, basically.
Right.
Okay. Well, what about some of the other ones there? There seems a whole host of things that you could be doing.
Right. Well, every time you post, there's a little icon next to your post that shows you who's going to see your post. So it's important to take a look at that. You can also review your timeline and find out who has seen your posts in the past, or at least who could have seen your posts in the past. And you can go back and say, hey, anything I posted that was public, just change that. I don't want my post to be public forever.
What about apps? Of course, there's a lot of apps now that are interfacing with Facebook, and that creates privacy concerns.
Right. So there are a whole bunch of settings that allow you to control what apps get to know about you, and also the ability of apps to post onto your timeline so that your friends see your interactions with apps. So you can control all that if you find the right settings.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time there, Laurie Faith. It's a great pleasure to have you with us.